Hey now, Leafeator here with a fantasy pick'em update for day 5, or main event day 1. I never really know how to number these things, I'm very sorry. Regardless, it's time for the teams to enter the Mercedes-Benz Arena in Shanghai. We are blessed with 4 best-of-1 single elimination games today. However, for fantasy, we could not care less about those. Only 2 games matter, the upper bracket games, LGD versus VP and Vici versus TNC. That's because they're best of 3s. Now, it's harder to catch up today if you have fallen behind after the group stage. There's much fewer points on the table, about a third per day, and a lot of people are going to be choosing from the same limited pool of players. This makes your picks extra important if you want to stay competitive and catch up. Now, a quick fantasy rule reminder. With the best of 3s, only the top 2 scoring games in the series are counted, so it doesn't necessarily matter if a series goes to a third game. However, oftentimes it does help. I think that Vici and TNC is the game to watch today. TNC has the second longest average game time, behind EG, and have been scoring well regardless of wins or losses. Similarly, Vici Gaming is also in the top half of average game time. I expect these games to go long, with Vici edging out a victory. Because of that, I'm going to be picking Paparazzi, Ori, and DY. Now, I'm also going to be picking Tim's, as regardless of TNC winning or losing, these should be long games with lots of warbs, and Tim is great at doing that. Now, if you think that TNC is going to win this series, I wouldn't fault you at all for wanting to play Gabby and Armel in lieu of the Vici course. For my final player, I'm going to be taking Ami from LGD. I like diversifying a bit here with LGD, as I expect them to win. However, I also expect them to win shorter games, where their mids and supports will score less points. Also, doing a full TNC and Vici lineup just feels too risky. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Well, why not play Somnus? He's like a fantasy mid-god. And you're right, Somnus normally averages some of the most fantasy points for mids. Ever, period. End of story. If you think LGD and VP are going to be playing a very intense, long series, then please take him. And hell, take X-Nova too. However, since again, I think that LGD will stop VP compared to a longer TNC and Vici series, I expect both Ori and Armel to have more time to score points in longer games. Now, any of the players I just named are more than okay to put in a lineup, as you see fit. Hell, they're probably the only players you want to be playing, so just you can mix and match if you don't completely agree with me. Unless you're like a really crazy VP fan and you think they're going to do well and play long games, but I really don't see that happening. They haven't been doing so well for fantasy so far this TI. Anywho, good luck on the first day of the main event. I have my fingers crossed for you. Well, let's get some points.